26. Ah, much better. Well, it's a lot warmer today, 27 degrees. We got the coffee out here. Let's do something. I don't know what, but we're gonna do something today. First job of the day for me, fill this unit full of wood. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen on New Year's Day we had a new baby. Came out on New Year's morning and had this little red calf out in the field with her mama. It was, I don't remember, probably 10 degrees or so. But just update, doing good. Right, mama? Giving her the stare now. Little red heifer. Good so far. That's not where that belongs. Do you guys see a problem? That is supposed to look like that. So, they just changed that tire on the tractor back here in the shop. And now me and Nate are gonna run down to the steer barn down the road. We're gonna bed them. We have the hay buster, straw chopper. I will be sure to show you guys that. But where we're going, it's just that barn right there. Right there somewhere. So, yeah. Alright, so what we're doing here, we've got this hay buster, 2564, and we just put a bale right here on this back table. It's a lot harder with one hand. You just dump it on there, and then he can lift that table from inside the tractor. And then it just sits there. And then when you get that bale that's already in the chopper, when you get that chopped, you just dump that next bale in, and you just go from there. That way you don't have to go back and get one single one every time. And I just, with the payloader, I get a bale from our pile over here, and I just drive down the alley there, and I dump it on so he never has to come out of the barn to get another bale. And the reason we bed with today's Thursday, and the reason we bed throughout the week is because if you only bed on the day you clean, like we clean on Monday, they'll get dirty because they don't have enough straw in there. They use it, and so we come in here and we bed again on Thursday, and that keeps them a lot cleaner and more humane, more hygienic, I guess you could say. But yeah. And when we get going down the alley here, I'll show you. I'll bring you in the alley there, and I'll show you what exactly it is we're doing, and just so you can see how everything works here. So as you can see here, that blower, it puts the bale in and it turns it that way, and it gets fed into the chopper, and it chops it up into fine little pieces, and then he just blows it out the blower, and he can control where exactly he wants it to go. He can get so you can cover pretty much the whole pen with straw. So, and then like I said, we drive down this little alley here, the feed alley. We drive all the way to the end and bed all the pens. And I just drive down behind him with a bale on the forks, and I just dump it on the table when he gets that one done. Alright, so for some reason, when John Deere was designing the 544J payloader, they didn't factor in the fact that I would want to use my 20-ounce Arctic tumbler in this here cup holder over frozen ground. I don't know why they didn't factor that into it. So I have to wedge it up between the window here and this console, because when I'm going over frozen ground, it likes to bounce around in that cup holder. And I just don't really want to spill coffee all over in here. Just a personal preference, but it could be just me. Am I just weird like that? Okay, so just like I promised, we're going down the feed alley here with a bale on the forks. And as you can see, he's just blowing it in. You can see he's got that flap tipped. It's just blowing it down. But you can tip that flap and you can blow it all the way across to that other side. But we're just bedding them in here, as you can see, so that they don't get so dirty. We bed them in the middle of the week so that they're cleaner, and then we don't have to use so much straw on Mondays. But as you can see, we've got Holstein cattle. We got a couple colored cattle in there. Most of the colored cattle are out of our own cows, but this is our fat pen right now, and we're actually building a slatted floor barn down at the main farm, so I'll show you guys that. Right now we've just got the pit and the slats on it, but he should be coming back. You can't see it from in here, but down there at the main farm, half mile, that's where we're gonna have our fat pen, that whole barn. So yeah, I'll show you guys that one time. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? You look okay. You ready to get out of here, Star? Open the door. Oh, are you scared? You don't want to leave now? You don't know? Where are you going? There's no door on that side. You have to go out here. What are you doing? No, go out that side. Is that too high for a little dog? Huh? Oof. Let's go, baby. Like nothing. So we just got done bedding the barn with the chopper. Now we are back to hauling dirt. We're just scooping up some of this ditch bank. We're gonna haul over there for that dike that we were doing in the last video. But that's about all we have going right now. I'll be sure to keep you updated on our project here. This dirt loading thing goes a lot faster with the ditcher bucket. We just changed this bucket. We had the ditcher bucket on for loading sand for our barn project, and we just switched to this bucket on Monday, and we put the thumb back on. For those of you who don't know the difference between the ditcher bucket and this bucket when after he dumps, you can see it's got teeth on the end there so that you can get into harder dirt, harder ground. And then the thumb is that black thing just above the bucket. It like sticks out, looks like a thumb. That's a hydraulic thumb. You can reach down and pinch stuff with that. And the ditcher bucket, it's typically a wider bucket, and it's just got a flat edge. It doesn't have teeth on it like this one does, and that's used for ditching, digging ditch, because the ground is typically a lot softer. You're normally digging out mud and debris a lot more often, typically at least. For some reason, when John Deere was designing their 9520 as well, they didn't factor in for my 20-ounce Arctic tumbler. What's going on here, dear? That right there, folks, is a procedure that you have to perform when you're by yourself. When you get stuck with the truck, you just have to pull yourself out sometimes. Nobody's in the truck. Sketchy, yeah, sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do. As you can see, we're getting a decent collection of dirt here. That stuff up there and this stuff right here, it kind of looks like cement chunks from a distance, but that's just the frost that's in the ditch bank that we're hauling. It's a lot thicker than we had expected it to be, but it is what it is. We're just gonna start lining them up all down this ditch bank here, because it has a tendency to wash out. It washed out down here one year, and it's washed out several other places, so we're just gonna try to build it up a little bit, try to prevent some of that washout into the field. Going up, baby.
I'm trying to find her online.
What? What's that?
C-A-Y-L-E-E.
Oh, hydraulic oil level. That just means that the hydraulic oil reservoir is getting low, and we actually have it above the full line, about 2 inches or so. But this dump trailer with those two big telescopic cylinders takes so much oil that when the oil level is at the full line in the reservoir, it's not enough oil, and that's why that alarm goes off. Did someone have a party and didn't invite me? Now that just ain't right. I'm no cement block expert, but that doesn't look quite right. Alright, so we took a load of corn down to the ethanol plant in Marysville this morning, and we needed some more DDGs. That's dried distillers grain. We use that for our cattle feed, our steer feed. And so that's just, it looks yellow. Real fine. So we had a train load of that. We just brought in, put in our commodity shed. Oh, talk fest going on now, folks. Better make myself cozy. Might be here a while. I bet that'd warm you up in a hurry. So I don't know, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but we had the local tire shop. They came out, they had to put a new tire on the 8270R. The fuel tank bracket got somehow bent out and it gouged into the sidewall and cut it open. So they came out and put a new tire on. I did a short time lapse of that, and I did a time lapse of us hauling dirt here. So I'll include them after or at the end of the video. So if you want to check them out, they'll be coming right up here. Thanks for watching.